it's going to cause the exact opposite effect. I think that a lot of people are going to be interested in this country, are going to want, and I predict that we're going to have the biggest tourism boom we've ever had, biggest financial boom right after this war is over.
There is a lot of there's a lot of funny talk about this whole thing. So there's this question the whole time because in the international arena, especially considering that you have so many Muslims around the world, and Muslims have, as they view it, a religious obligation to stand with the Palestinians against Israel, which, by the way, we should talk about very precisely and deliberately with more emphasis in a little bit. They are very much steering the conversation in the world because of their high numbers and because of the perception that they are somehow victims. A lot of people around the world, especially among the leftist progressives, but also among the right nowadays, people have this impression that Israel is an oppressor, that Israel is fighting an aggressive war, that these people just want their rights and all that. And there has been, some people would describe it as a PR failure for Israel in the world. So people ask the question, Israel is kind of winning this war, but has Israel lost the war because of the whole PR war? And you could make the point that Israel hasn't lost any war at all, because much of what you hear online, much of what you hear in the arena, much of what you hear at the United Nations is just talk. They talk, they complain, they accuse. But on the other hand, as Israel has ignored much of it, has continued their fight and has achieved very much most of their war goals here. And in the end, I mean, look at us. We are in a beautiful place.
I do think, by the way, though, to make a counterpoint to that, just to play devil's advocate for a moment, when I read Charlie Kirk's letter to Bibi, what sat with me is precisely the issue that we've been dealing with in Israel. There has been, from our leadership in Israel, ignoring what it needs, what our PR needs to be to take us to that next level to fight this digital war. I consider myself and many of the advocates in this space who are fighting for Jews on behalf of Mizrahi Jews, Israel, the IDF, all this, I consider us part of that battalion that's fighting it. But we get zero support for all the talk that we get paid $7,000 per post. I know it's all memes and jokes and whatever, but literally, not only do we not get money, we get zero support from anybody. We're in this front completely on our own.
That's of course what somebody would say who gets a lot of.
Who gets paid $7,000? Of course. Come on. Let's call a spade a spade. Let's be honest. But that being said, it's something that I think Charlie Kirk's letter, and I see, by the way, this week that Bibi Netanyahu started a new Instagram page to take questions like the Prime Minister's office. I forgot what it's called, and I see that he's actually taking it seriously. His letter, and I think that the more we wake up to the fact that we can't actually ignore this media war. We have to be involved in this media war. I say no more defending Israel. We don't need to say good things about Israel, explain why LGBTQ rights, this, democracy. I say, fuck that. We need to be at 100% on the offense right now. Like, if people look at my content, they know I don't go and defend Israel. I don't say, hey, Israel killed this many people in Gaza today. I need to defend why that happened. No. You're murdering millions of Muslims in Sudan. Please give me an answer as to why. Why are you murdering millions of Muslims in Somalia? Why are you murdering millions of Muslims in Yemen, in Lebanon, in Syria? Why the fuck are you doing all these horrible atrocities every day? And all you care about, seemingly, is Palestine.
Israel is waging is in a conflict where Israel is outnumbered, and there is a lot of propaganda out there. To counter this propaganda, there should be people who explain to everyone what's actually going on. So that was what Hasbara was about. Is to explain people the truth about why things are happening. It worked in the past to a certain extent. It won't really work today.
Won't work.
And it also shouldn't really happen, as you said. I mean, I agree with that entirely. I think Israel shouldn't be in a position of trying to explain itself. Israel shouldn't be in a position of trying to, define itself with words. It doesn't really work that way, especially with social media. People don't really listen to that stuff anymore. People just listen to who is most emotional, who is most assertive, who has the most, short, hard-hitting lines and all that.
Have you ever seen the UAE or Saudi Arabia?
No.
And I have respect for these countries to a certain extent. Have you ever seen them coming out and explaining why they had to kill a bunch of Yemenis?
No.
They've never had to make a statement. They've never had to make an Instagram infographic defending why they need to do it. They have to operate. This is how the world works. Hek dunya, that's what they say.
And some of these countries mentioned, they're in the middle of very destructive wars where they are literally starving entire populations, but nobody asks them why they're doing that.
No.
And they don't come out and explain why they do that.
No.
It's just, they are in the middle of a conflict and they don't explain it because that is how things are done.
Yeah.
They are being attacked in the most brutal way by the other side. They are attacking.
nice.
They are counterattacking in the most brutal ways, and they don't have to explain themselves. Of course, when it comes to Israel, when it comes to Jews, you have to explain yourself. You have to explain what's happening. You have to explain what the hell is going on. And this once again goes back to the fact that you are Jews, you are Israelis, and you are here in the Holy Land, in Jerusalem and its surroundings, which are very, very crucial in narrative only, not actually in religion, but
I
in
don't know,
narrative
that
only
song-
to Muslims.
It's in
So
Israel, it
Muslims around
sounds
the world,
like
when there is a
a
conflict
ghost.
here between Muslims and Jews,
I don't know
will
if it's
consider it
old
their
now,
obligation
I
to
don't know,
jump in and
songs are weird. They, like,
to say
die out
whatever
very
they
quickly.
can to support their own side and to attack the other side. It doesn't really matter to them whether it's true or not. It's just full-on mass propaganda. And you have to somehow counter it. You can't really counter it by having a small number of people and maybe paying some people here and there and helping them, making them explain it. It doesn't really work.
Yeah.
You will have to wage your war. You will have to assert your power, as you do in the Middle East, and then you can maybe you can inform people about what your rights actually are, on how you are actually right, on how this other side actually deserves
Damn,
the operation that you
872?
conducted. Don't stop explaining to people.
Crazy.
Oh yeah, so many people were killed. Well, we had to do it because of this and this and this. No, we conducted an operation because we had to. It's over, successful, fantastic.
Yeah. You don't, I mean, you don't see any examples of this in the Middle East or in this region at all, of people, even in Russia. You don't see Russia explaining why they did an operation against Ukraine, vice versa. You don't see Ukraine coming up. They say, we did this. There's no explanation as to why we did it. We did it. We're at
crazy.
war.
Yeah.
But somehow, for some reason, this country, and the problem is that we feed into it.
Yeah.
We
Amazing.
like the self-gratification that
Amazing.
comes with feeling
That
like we're not
sounds
evil,
Arabic.
like feeling like
Yeah,
we're doing
amazing.
something
Yeah,
right. The
Palestinian,
reality is in this
amazing.
region, as you know better than most people,
Sounds Arabic.
you have to be a little bit evil in this region to survive here. You have to add a little bit of negativity in this region to survive here, because it's a dog-eat-dog world out here.
Yeah.
We can't do everything with positivity and love and kindness as much as we'd want to do it.
That's the European way. That's the Western way to do it, and it's a failure. It fails. It doesn't succeed because you are not
We're
dealing with
gonna
people who will be charitable in return
regret
when you are charitable to them.
Islam,
Of
just
course,
like
this is
regret.
the thing that I had yesterday. So we walked through the old city of Jerusalem, and we actually had a tourist guide with us who was an old Jewish man, very kind. Very
Damn, that
nice.
was
He
hard to say,
was
but
walking
it
with
wasn't
us. He had some
going
nice
anywhere.
interactions with Arab Muslims in the old city, and then at some point he turned to me and said, "See, this is how we live here. We live here together with Christians, Jews, Muslims. We respect each other. We help each other, and everything is good. We don't have to fight." And I thought, yeah, that's very, very nice. But the thing is, there is an illusion here. There is an illusion. There is a little bit of a delusion here at play. Yes, of course, you can be nice to each other. You can support each other. You can help each other. And yes, I can, as somebody who really doesn't like Islam, I can be very nice with Muslims. I can, have friendships with them and all that. The thing is, there is always an underlying
It's always
problem
the worst
that is
one
in
to
the spirit of
struggle like
the
that,
Middle
but they
East,
didn't
of
spread.
Islam, of the conflicts over here, which is as much as you might get along, as much as you might appease certain people, certain populations, as much as you might be nice to certain individuals here, there is still an underlying brutality at play here, which you can never ignore. If you ignore it, you are letting down your guard and allowing them to hit you at your weakest point when you never expected. This is what Europe does wrong. This is what Israel, unfortunately, you have to say it, in some regards, did wrong on October 7th, because they thought, oh, we are appeasing people, we are making peace, I think it's going to work out. Then they came and hit you when you least expected it. So you have to, when you are in this region, when you are at conflict with these people here, you have to, of course, be good, be charitable, be nice, but you also have to always be on guard, and you have to be harsh when you need to be harsh.
You have to be harsh.
You have to be harsh in response when people are harsh to you.
Correct.
This is part of being good. This is part of living here and making things good. It's actually, you have to be harsh sometimes you have to be brutal. Sometimes you have to be very forceful in order to create a better world in this place. It is part of it. It doesn't make things worse. It makes things better in the long term, especially for your own people. This is what Israel has been doing since October 7 very much, and I hope that Israel keeps doing it. Unfortunately, there are lots of there's a lot of splintering and splitting inside the politics of Israel.
With the U.S. government spending $1.048 trillion annually on welfare, I think it's time that we look into this and begin to expose some welfare fraud. And then you guys can decide what we do about this, because there is so much of it. Please make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. Check this out. Grandma just got her food stamps back. Just when you think things can't get any better, Grandma calls with wild news. They mistakenly credited her EBT card with $2,500 instead of $225. So instead of doing the honest thing and calling the welfare company and saying, hey, there's been a mistake, this is all going to go straight to the hips. Instead, they go out on TikTok and begin to brag about the M&Ms and all of the sugary and trashy foods that they are buying. And this seems to be the case for many people. Now, here is another person bragging about her EBT funds.
I'm not gonna live like that. I think I would be fortunate to be able to live like that.
First things first,
But I
stock up
wouldn't
on
live
these.
like that
Then
anyway.
we're gonna stock up.
Actually,
on
no,
some
I
chips.
would
My
be
mother
able.
really likes macaroni and cheese.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get
yeah, I
those.
would be able, but I want to invest.
And might as well
basically
get some of these and these. Gonna get these because I don't have enough cereal at home. Gonna get a packet of Monsters. I'm gonna get one
Let me grab a packet of kidney stones and some diabetes.
of these as well. So I'm gonna get another one too. Gonna get another pie. This time we're getting this one.
I guess.
My kids
I shouldn't
really
have done
liked these when I got them, so I'm getting them again. Getting the breakfast corn dogs because my daughter is really excited about them.
A lot of these foods are meant to save people
we're
time from cooking,
872 actually.
yet if
But we're
they
probably
had a
winning
job,
this, so
why would they need
it's
EBT in the first place,
881.
right?
Unless not this one. This one. Unless y'all want to buy me a waffle maker. And these, my kids really love hash browns because I can't get a potato and peel them myself. And because my husband is gonna start working and I'm too lazy to start cooking,
So everything that she bought is pre-made and
Are cooked
incredibly
foods.
unhealthy. And now it is creating a society of extremely entitled people that believe that if they're not going to get food stamps, then they should be allowed to steal.
Are cooked foods cheaper? They might be, to be honest. We're doing good. I think this is a forfeit. This should be a forfeit at least.
You mad?
What is this
I
person?
mean,
I don't want
if
to share this.
you want to just take off the stickers or reapply stickers,
Not the
why don't
boobies.
you just get a job
Everything will
in
be tough,
the
it's very bad.
distribution? And then you can package things there and you wouldn't have to steal it. She really thinks that she's being so clever and that this doesn't count as stealing, which it is. This is just outright stealing, and this type of mentality is becoming really, really common. I guess, guys, 30% of our country is on some type of welfare program. So obviously, there is a massive, massive issue, and it's affecting everything else. I believe it just makes everything more expensive. The
Good
fact
that I
that they're
clicked no.
spending
Think
how
I'm-
much? $900 billion on Medicaid per year
881.
could be the reason why health insurance is so expensive. This could be the reason why food is so expensive. This person says, I pay taxes, I get EBT, I have a degree, I have a career, I have kids, I have a mortgage, I have a car note, I have bills, I'm the working poor. Okay? So I understand that probably a lot of people can relate to this, but look at Argentina. They were going in a really bad down a really bad path, and because of the cuts to welfare,
Damn,
they
what is that?
slashed inflation from 25% to 1% monthly, and also it stopped the devaluing of their currency. And I think our country is in kind of a dire moment. And also, this money isn't
Like
free.
dire
Like people like
straits.
Zohar and Mamdini want us to think
Mamdini
it's coming from
Palestine.
somewhere. And so that first clip of that lady buying all those chips, that's gonna come back to haunt her probably, because
Yeah,
then
we're
they're gonna
all
say, "Oh, we've
800s.
made a mistake," right?
Low income girly. I've been on food stamps on and off for the better part of like 6 years. I moved out. of my
I've
parents'
been
house
on
when I
it
was
for the
20,
worst
So I'm 26 now, so I've been on food stamps for about that long.
The
Tell me
worst part
why.
of it.
I just got this fucking letter in the mail, and I haven't been on food stamps for about 6 months because I got a new job like 5-6 months ago, and I knew I wasn't gonna qualify. Tell me why I got this
What?
fucking
Okay.
letter saying
It
that
worked,
I
I guess.
owe
Oh, not
food
really.
stamps $2,095. What the fuck? They also don't give any options for like payment plans on here, or they didn't tell me why. They were just like, oh, just pay this balance or it's gonna get taken out of your next year's tax return. Bitch, the fuck? And the letter came
Bitch,
from
the
the
fuck.
collection
Bitch, the
agency,
fuck.
the government collection agency of food stamps. They
Bitch,
have
the
their own
fuck.
collection agency. Also, how evil do you have to be to work that job? Like, I just want to know. Like, most people who have food stamps are not like well off enough to even be paying $2,000. Like, most of them don't have $2,000 in their bank account. I know I sure as hell don't. Like, since when did food stamps become a loaning service? Since when do I have to pay this shit back?
Yeah,
Like,
I don't agree
I'm
with
thinking
having
about it, and I'm
$2,000
like, there's no
in
way.
your-
There's
I
no
think I
way
agree
that
with
I mean,
it, but
if
it's
it
for
sounds
people
too
that
good to
aren't
be
my
true,
age.
then it
And I might
definitely
actually
is.
have that.
And these programs just
But I
create
invest a lot
dependency.
of it.
Probably they were like, "Oh, she has a
I need
job.
way
Now
more
she has her
money
stuff
earned
figured
to
out.
allow
Now you can go
myself
ahead
to
and pay us back."
have that
So,
much in my
I
bank
mean,
account.
I guess be careful who you accept free stuff from, maybe.
Check this out really quick for me. I just noticed that everything at the store
Oh yeah.
happens to have some sort of sale tag. Like almost every style item has a tag. Why do you think that is? That's interesting. All of a sudden now, every single chip that's been expensive for the last like couple of months, last year, has gone down in price. Canned
So
food items.
yeah, I should have
I mean, my son wanted me to
not
get him
went
ramen.
for it
You know how
like
much
I
it is?
thought I needed
9
to do in
cents.
the
What?
beginning.
You tell me
9
why
cents.
everything is on sale.
Okay, so probably a lot of people think that everything is on sale because of the government shutdown and how there was just a week. It was such a short period of time, and yet people were seeing differences. They were seeing more items in the store, cheaper prices, and the stores were not as like packed and everything. So, what is going on here? A woman recorded a call with New Jersey EBT automated line and revealed that she has $23,000. Okay, guys, and I went to the Walmart website because I was like, surely a lot of the stuff is not being spent on good foods. And when you look at things that are allowed to be bought with EBT, it includes those Christmas chocolate bars or those special movie night popcorns with the little special container.
Nice.
I mean, it's just extra stuff. It's
Damn,
items,
I'm
it's
almost
luxury
900.
items that normal Americans cannot afford.
Well,
So
it's not
it
that
just seems like
far-fetched, I guess. I was like that
massive fraud is
recently.
happening.
But I still am surprised that it's after when I took a break from Rocket League.
For English. Okay, why is that a thing also too? If you don't speak English, why are you receiving American food stamps? Seriously.
What? I don't get that. To be honest, like, I'm the Republican and all this, but what? That doesn't make sense, actually. Like,
Just
if
entering all
I
of her
immigrated,
information.
I should learn Hebrew, but, like, I'm not obligated. I should learn English, but I'm not obligated.
What is this? And then they're celebrating it. They're so excited. I mean, this is just unnecessary. I mean, the
Totally.
fact that the NASA budget is $24.9 billion
Shit.
and they're proposing to lower that to only $18 billion.
Proposing.
And meanwhile, $100 billion is being spent on, what's this? Sausage? Some like really gross looking sausage. I mean, in just a bunch of Lunchables. I think we could be allocating our resources better to technologies, things that are going to return money,
What?
and we would be better
don't
off
get
as
why he
a
did
whole,
that.
as a society, if we were not reliant on these programs. That's what I believe.
What happens when you get your EBT back? Look, EBT, EBT, EBT.
I can't believe it went over me.
Is she gonna make an update video of
Got that EBT.
just the entire country destroyed, being like, this is what happens when everyone gets so much EBT money?
EBT. EBT. Where the kids? Come out.
No.
Got that EBT. Say we got EBT.
Damn, nice.
Stop making your kids say that.
Carry that shit, motherfucker. Don't have a heart attack, old man. Carry that. Oh,
She just told her kid or her husband to carry that shit, mother
We got
effer.
our EBT. We gonna eat better today. We gonna eat better today. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. We got our benefits today. But I heard they was
Even
gonna start
if-
swiping
okay,
our
no,
cards
no,
and
no.
swiping the money and taking the
But
money
maybe
back.
even
So
if I didn't have my
I'd
teammate
rather
there,
have the money be
we could
going to
still win.
NASA or to the military. It's crazy
that's all
that
I
they
need to
spend
do.
more
Yeah, I still
on
think I
welfare
can probably
than
win.
they do on
That's
our
1v2
military, which they're spending
against
$874
someone
million
with
on
0-1,
our military.
like with a
So
winning.
this is very
score.
recent news that Target says that they're going to be cutting their
Oh damn!
prices.
I'm almost at 900.
They're trying to compete with Walmart.
For the holidays, the company announcing reduced costs on 3,000 food, beverage, and essential items starting this month. Target is also bringing back its Thanksgiving meal at its lowest price ever. The deal gives customers a complete dinner with all your holiday favorites
I got
for
you.
less than $5 per
I didn't-
person.
Wow.
Target is dropping
Platinum,
prices ahead of the
3
holidays.
and
The
diamond.
company
so
announcing
that's
reduced
interesting.
costs on 3,000 food, beverage, and
So, could that possibly be another impact of the EBT thing being shut down for a while? That these stores are going to start doing special deals and having great offers? I mean, Walmart's whole thing used to be low prices and American made. Now it's like wherever the heck made, and we're going to charge a lot for it, right? I don't know.
Everybody stamps done hit, Walmart packed out, and I done found this motherfucker finally. False alarm, bitch, this is not the zero. This is the regular holiday creamy. I need the holiday creamy 0. All this for none of them to be 0. I don't want to go to another store, but I will.
Walmart needs
Everybody
to be the
stamps done.
best
I mean,
company.
We should just believe, I think, that
Like
first
the
of all, a
most
lot of these
valued
things that we're
company.
consuming
It's
shouldn't
crazy, but
really
it's true.
even be consumed or sold in the first place. There's so
Oh, I
many
missed-
chemicals that are allowed to be sold in our country that
What
aren't
are you
allowed
doing?
in other countries.
Okay,
And so,
good.
one, why are people why is it so normal in American culture to buy such processed foods? Or I mean, the amount of soda flavors that we have is so crazy. Some of them are so unnecessary. Holiday creamy vanilla. I mean, is this something that we really need to be spending tax money on? I don't think so. Like a very exclusive special type of soda? I don't know.
I don't like Trump. He's taken everything I worked for. Medicaid, Medicare, SNAP. I think all that.
He's taking everything that I worked for to
Nice.
not have to work.
Yeah,
And
that
that's the
was
issue,
pretty
is
much
we're making
unsavable.
people
I
do
saw he
all of these
attempted
things for the
that save, and
government.
it was
It's like
basically
they are
impossible.
becoming government employees in some ways when we have to fill out
Yeah.
these governmental forms
It was
instead
right in the
of
edge.
just
Like,
putting
not right
that
in
time
the
to
edge, but it
actual
was
work and
in the
contributing
middle
to
of the goal,
economy
and
as
it
a
went
whole.
up from a high. So like, I don't know. That's pretty high.
$100 a week.
Yeah.
I don't-
And it
I
was
don't make $100,000
it was
a
like
year
higher than the
in
goal.
this category. So
But
I'm
then
worse, and he
when
says
it was
I'm-
in, it was like right on the black part. So like, it was basically very hard to score. I kind of said that badly, but whatever.
Nice stuff. My wife is too.
What?
Can't work.
On the
But he thinks he should. So the bread's in the pudding. People like you like them. I don't understand. And you see the stuff on TV every day, all the problems.
I mean, there's a vacuum right there. He looks perfectly capable of grabbing it and helping that cleaning lady get
That
to
was
work
pretty
too.
dumb.
And I think it just also is creating a really weird cycle. It's like
That was
you
a
think of
very
Cuba
bad pass.
and they have doctors who become taxi
UK?
drivers because they make more money or
Bro, I'm
have
not
a
from
similar
UK,
standard of
what
living.
do
And
you
it's
mean?
like, are we turning into a communist country, walking into brand new homes you got on Section 8, and these houses look
Damn,
nicer
what?
than what somebody who's working could afford? I mean, home affordability is a huge issue right now. And people hated Donald Trump's idea about the 50-year mortgage. I guess if all you want
I don't
is to be
hate that
able to
idea,
make your
but-
monthly payment and still be
Yeah,
able to
that's
build
funny.
some equity eventually, then maybe a 50-year mortgage could make more sense than renting.
Yeah, he's
But
funny.
all in all, there is
Funny
just a
guy.
huge issue with home prices as well. And maybe a similar thing is happening with the food. When people are using EBT to buy, all the prices for everybody get so inflated, just like when people get Section 8 rents, that can make the rents go up.
What
The
does that
housing
mean?
prices go up as well because
I
people,
literally don't
landlords
know
are
what
going to
that
be
means.
getting paid more for rent.
What that
And
means?
here, this
What
is
that
in
means?
Denver. So we have the mayor boasting, says Libs of TikTok,
What?
about new
I don't know how
affordable
I spell it.
housing. Okay.
Affordability looks like here in Denver. Today we opened 128 units of affordable housing here. Let me show you what this means. This means both workforce housing. So if you are someone that's a teacher, that's a
Bro, I don't know how to
firefighter,
type,
looking
to
for a
be
place to
honest.
work and a place to live,
Getting
you can
rocked
live
at
here.
me.
If you're looking
It's
for
pretty bad,
permanent
but
supportive
whatever.
housing, that means you might be someone who's coming out of
Permanent?
and need some supportive services as well. You can see amazingly built public spaces, beautiful outdoor patio and grill. You got my favorite
Wasn't
room
the
here, which
right-
is
at the
game
right
day
place
room
to
where you
No, this just makes me cringe. It feels dangerous in there already. I went downtown. We'll never do that again because I went to the Capital One Bank because they gave me a free coffee when I signed up for an
Yeah, I
account.
don't know.
So I was like, oh,
Better
I was
than
downtown
nothing, but
because
still
I went to the
could-
Palantir office, and then I was like, oh, I'm going to just walk to Capital One. But the walk was kind of long, and so I was like, I'll get on the free mall ride. Ugh! It was just freaky, guys. I was scared the entire time. Don't give free things to people in Denver. It's not going to turn out good. In fact, it is a breeding ground for crime, like murder. It's not going to be good. Don't do it. And I can't imagine who would want to live in one of those
That's
places.
good.
It's
Bro,
like,
this game
that's
is
rock bottom,
one-on-one.
and then you're
It's
just
like-
going to be, because there's
No,
no
I don't know
differentiating
why I said
between
that,
who's
but
working versus
basically,
who's on crack.
It's very close.
You know?
I think you
You know,
can't
I don't
say
think we
that.
want our teachers around
1-2-1.
crackheads.
Oh yeah, that's how you say it.
Deliver groceries
It's crazy. 1-2.
or Walmart.
Basically
I work for
super
Smart.
close. 4
EBT hit in Michigan yesterday. Before EBT hit, I think I moved one Home
Okay,
Depot
good. I
order
wouldn't have done it.
and groceries. I was moving a lot of groceries yesterday before EBT hit. And all of these people were paying with cash, not EBT. EBT hit. The number one item I was moving was pop.
Soda.
Like, I'd be going to orders of people who had EBT, and I know they had EBT. I know for a fact it was EBT. Because as soon as you make the delivery, within
Bro,
5
pop
minutes, the
is
tip
so
gets
weird.
erased. People who pay with cash, they don't erase the tip. Everyone who pays with EBT erases the tip.
Wait, what?
And yesterday, after EBT hit, I moved more pop than I moved food.
No! Guys, in many ways, and I know it's dramatic,
Pop and
but
music.
the $8 billion that's being
Lol.
spent a month
Pop.
on food stamps, a lot of that's going to soda. Our country is spending an insane amount of
Pop.
money on making Americans
Small.
fat. So, I think Section 8 probably is difficult for landlords as well. Because look at the way that they leave the houses.
One is there's no appreciation that they will destroy a house and
Oh, you know what he just made me think? You know when they're giving people like so much soda? Can you imagine how much money our country's spending on left undrinking soda pops? Oh, that makes me so angry just imagining all these cans just filled with soda that our country's spending billions of dollars on because of how ungrateful they are to things, because that's just what happens when you get stuff for free. If you were paying for your soda, you'd finish it, or you put it in the fridge and finish it later. Oh, that thought makes me angry.
Demolishing in
Feel
my
no
case
remorse.
hasn't really worked.
Moving on to the next
They
one.
haven't scored
Number
because
two.
someone demolished them.
There's this
It has
level
worked the
of
other way
entitlement
though.
that
The
they
guys
are owed
sometimes
this,
demolish
that they're
people and
owed
then
free
they
house
score.
and free vouchers.
But yeah, for
and
me,
food
I'm
stamps
lucky.
and
That's
whatever.
the most annoying type of
They
bill.
all seem to have pets.
No, that's not
What?
going.
Ew! No!
Oh,
Man,
nice.
I don't know
Both
if
ones.
that steady check is worth it. Maybe just it'd be better to
I didn't realize
check
it
your
was
tenants
overtime, so
before
they would actually
signing a
limit
lease
that
with
one.
them instead of getting someone with Section 8. I mean, it's already difficult for landlords to manage normal tenants.
Life just freaking happened, and we are going through financial hell. We haven't even been able to secure housing this month, even though we have been only living in this apartment for 2 months. My videos are reaching no one. We are nowhere near the $999 we need to pay for rent this month.
Sorry.
And the only reason that we have enough food is because my husband is a chef, and he can make a meal.
Okay, you need $999. What's the first thing that you do? Honestly, print a resume, go to the library, print a resume, start going into a bunch of businesses and being like, hey, I'm ready to work, I'll start now. Or you can go up to a house and be like, hey, do you guys have dogs? Or like maybe go buy somehow. Maybe you can find $25 to find a pooper scooper. Start picking up poop. There's people who have made millions of dollars by just picking up poop and then hiring somebody else to pick up poop and then just taking a little percentage of that and then being able to get more people to do that, or cleaning
Yeah.
services. I'm sure a lot of people have a
It's
vacuum.
walking
You
your
could
dog,
literally
but
knock
that's
on somebody's door and be
basically
like,
like
I
the
will clean your house.
easiest job.
And you would probably make $900. And honestly, people in America are really, really giving. If you just ask them to clean their house, probably somebody would be like, no, it's okay, just take $10 and leave me alone, or something. I mean, that's dramatic and maybe that wouldn't happen, but I'm just saying those are the kinds of things that happen all the time in our country. If you need $999,
Yeah,
there's
I'm
totally
kinda
something
liking
right now that
Victorian
you could
people are
do
better
to
too.
earn it.
And
I
then,
mean,
like,
I see
platinum,
sometimes
three,
people
and
post,
diamond,
oh,
and
I'm
most of
available
diamond
as a
ones.
babysitter, or I can do these services, I can clean, I can cook, anything, you know? I mean, there's there's a million ways to make $1 million, I guess.
So far, we have spent $450 million to permanently house 1,144 people.
What?
$450 million to permanently house 1,100 people. That's an absolute failure. But that money is going somewhere. It's not like that money is just falling into the abyss. That money ends up being somebody's profit. The nonprofit industrial complex who's making a ton of money off of it. And most of those people are politically connected to Hugo and Nikia and Karen Bass, of course, and actually all of you people. Moving on to 35, talking about street lighting. I don't know about you guys, but Hugo should know this. In my neighborhood, there's not a single street light that works in the 6-block area. You can come, I live on Citrus Avenue between Fountain and DeLongpre. You go down that street, there's not a light that works. On Higman, there's not a light that works. There's not a light that works on DeLongpre from High.
I totally get this, what this guy's saying. It's like millions of dollars being spent on nothing, and then there's a bunch of stuff that's not working.
Yeah, everyone's
it's very,
good here.
very
It's
confusing.
crazy.
Limited governments, please.
Like, that's a very
was
good
my
shot.
math right? I don't want to believe that my math was right. 450, 123, divided by 1,000 people is like $400,000, like $400,000 a person. What? Like they could outright buy somebody very nice houses.
For what?
And yet probably nothing has been spent on them. Where's the money going? Where is the money going? Got my snap pack. Let's shop for sugary cookies and pepperoni. I mean, what does this stuff even have to do with each other? You would think if somebody is being efficient in their purchasing, it would be stuff that can be reused and remade in many different ways. There's no creativity in this. It's just all
Oh.
individually packaged, processed
Small me.
foods that is it's just gonna go bad. It's just bad.
No.
When the food stamps hit and they're marching and jumping around, just throwing all kinds of stuff into the cart, just throw it in the bag. I don't think that's what the song meant, but okay.
Who was some EBT? Guess what now, ho? I'm gonna use
It's mommy.
y'all tax dollars to go buy me some ice cream with my EBT. I'm tired of sitting here like
It's
I'm
mommy.
gonna keep using taxpayer money to try to reach 300 pounds as quickly as I possibly can.
All of you MAGA dipshits are so obsessed with SNAP and people abusing the system and getting benefits they don't deserve. Why haven't you little idiots gone and typed your little fingers in on that website and gotten your free food?
What?
If it's so easy, all these people are abusing the system, all these people are getting all this free money, then why aren't you doing it?
Okay, she is heavily, heavily missing the point. So, this is recent news as well. It says that Secretary Brooke Rollins found 5,000 dead people getting SNAP. Okay, it's how you know that things are messed up. Me, as soon as these food stamps came in November, she is really proud to be buying shrimp. And why do they do all
What
of these
the
like
hell?
food hauls?
How do
I mean,
what?
POV,
That was
your
such a
clerk
good
randomly
goal
checks
by
your
me.
Snap
I
balance.
didn't mean to though.
Ice cream or whatever, and I was like, let me just take my EBT card with me, and I'm just gonna scan it, see if it's gonna work or whatever. Y'all, why did the card work? It just worked. It just worked. So, I normally get 300. They gave me about 200. I did
That was
see
so
that
dumb.
people were
Both
saying that they were giving
outfits,
me less. It was
uh-huh.
like a 35% cut or something like that. But people in my state were not seeing it. It was only people like in California and stuff like that. So, baby, I had to come back in here because I need some more stuff. I need some more stuff.
Could you imagine? And I would totally be for this. What would you guys think if we as a country made EBT only available on things like
On
rice,
Fridays.
eggs, chicken, apples, bananas, fruits and vegetables, grains, noodles.
I think not everyone
Chicken,
likes everything,
breast,
but yeah, all of these are like
pretty much
very
it.
commonly liked food.
And then you can learn how to make more things with that. Flour, milk, obviously those would be included. But there's so many plates and dishes that you can make from that. The variety is endless. And so I think if we focus on those, people would still have many different types of foods to eat. But instead, we're selling all of these foods that are
Feel like that was
pre-made with all
almost
of
a goal.
these, special flavors of, you have what was
And
it
that was
that I
a
saw?
goal.
It's a French crispy, what's that? Cereal with the little
Was-
squares that sing and dance. They have that mixed with bacon. I don't think that needs to be on taxpayers' funds. Buy cinnamon and then put some cinnamon on your bacon, And it'd probably be cheaper too. There's no reason why as a country we're wasting so
No.
much money on it.
Okay, he got
Hey
it.
guys, so
That's
this
all I
is
need,
a
so-
announcement to confirm to anyone who is wondering whether we're not getting our food stamps this month or not.
Should have still went for it. He was close.
originally get my
Maybe
food
if he
stamps
would have
on
actually
10th.
gone
Okay,
for the
so I
ball
actually waited
and
until
went
today,
under.
which is the 11th, just to make sure that the food
Ooh,
stamps came
nice.
in. Even though I wasn't tripping, okay?
It seems like a lot of people, the ones that we've seen in the videos spend more time
Nice.
worrying about
You
their
got a lot.
cards coming or shopping or eating. Honestly, when I see all of this food, I think they must just be sitting around all day eating. How does anybody even have time to consume all of that food? That's a full-time job in itself. It's like we are funding those food eater people. Is that what's going to save us as a country? Is people who just stuff their
No, I'm
faces
not
really big?
getting
I don't think so.
MVP every
I
single
don't.
time, which
Truly,
is
I
a
don't,
sign
guys.
that I'm
So
probably
we
in
should
the
probably, what kinds of changes
good
do you
range
guys
of
think
where I'm
should be made
supposed
to our
to be.
welfare programs? Please make sure that you guys are subscribed. You are amazing, and join me for the Q&As that we do every week. Fridays is the day that we do them, so that is today. I'd love to see you there, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
They are asking for a salary that they can actually live off.
More than 1,000 Starbucks employees are protesting for higher wages across the nation.
my back, my paycheck is whack. My neck, my back, my paycheck is whack.
Damn, that was such
They
a
are
good
singing
pass.
songs
It's a
because they are
shame
upset
neither
that
of
the
us were
average Starbucks
able to get
barista
one.
makes around
That one.
$34,000 a year. Meanwhile, the CEO is making
Yeah, what?
$1.6 million. And
34,000
now
is not that
mayors
little.
or potential mayors are becoming involved in the protests and are standing in solidarity with these baristas.
It should.
So
It
let's look at
would
some more
make
clips
sense
from
if
their
the
protest.
average was a bit over minimum wage.
Is pretty simple and
But
basic.
apparently
We
they're
want enough
actually
hours
average includes
to meet
probably
the
leaders and
benefits. We
things like
want
that.
enough
Maybe that is a
staffing in our
little.
stores so we're not
I don't know.
overworked,
If
and
it's
we want
median, that
to be
would get a
paid
bit
enough to
better
live
picture.
in this city.
The walkout coincides with Red Cup Day, a busy sales event.
So, minimum wage employees want to be able to afford a life, even though these jobs are
What?
meant for high schoolers. And we're going to talk about what companies are going to be doing and what
I
changes
could've
are
got
already
that.
happening in restaurants
But it
in
was
New
very
York City.
complicated. I
Because
have
if
no
they're going to
idea.
be complaining about their wages, something
was like,
tells me that
you
these
couldn't
companies are
see
not going to
what's
put up with it
happening
because
at a
they
given
are
point in
unfair.
time.
We have a lot of friends behind us who are unhappy, and we are willing to stand next to our baristas and make a change. We don't want to have to go on full strike, but we will if we have to.
We just want to
say, Brian Nichols, we see how greedy you are, and we just think it's ridiculous. We're done with the union busting. You want us to have this back to Starbucks lovely experience for the customer. Where is
It makes me happy to see protesters that are not in Palestine protesting.
You want us to be the face of Starbucks, but right now we are the face of your greed. Why don't you show us that you care about us? Where is our contract?
I don't know if Starbucks does indeed want her as the face of Starbucks. These are people who are encouraging America to not buy from Starbucks, which is a company that seems to be struggling with competitors. We have McDonald's launching their Cosmic products, and they are a lot cheaper in a nation where people are cutting back on their expenses. And on top of that, she's asking, where is the support for baristas? Well, I just want to show you guys some of the benefits before we get into Zohran's little speech about Starbucks, because honestly, it seems like a really great company to work for, but I think the fact that they hire so many entitled liberals who want everything for free is a big reason as to why their employees are always protesting and not caring about the company. So they provide medical, dental, and vision insurance plans. Crazy, right? They also include 20 therapy sessions a year and free access to Headspace. Also somewhere in here, they get a Spotify membership as well, paid leave for birth, adoption, surrogacy, paid time for vacation, sick time. They also help people with
But I think that
surrogacy
should be
or
normal.
fertility benefits. And I know that has been a problem with a lot of conservatives in the past, that Starbucks has maybe even been funding abortions, which I
What?
mean, these people think that all of these things are their rights and that higher payment is a right instead of working for it or taking
don't know where she's
responsibility
making that
for
up.
the bow chicka
I
wow wow
think she
time,
is, to
okay?
be honest.
So financial
But
support,
I
they
don't know.
get part-time employees can also get stock equity, and they also
Oh,
have
that's
these
cool.
saving plans where if they are putting money into their savings account, once they get up to $400, Starbucks gives them $50, and they have a lot of other opportunities like
really hit the
401k
ball,
match. They
except
also
hit it in,
have a collaboration
either
with the
way.
Arizona College, and they can be taking online courses for free.
I don't know.
It's crazy. And they can get a bachelor's degree with that. They also get 30%
if he's
off
gonna
of
do that
drinks,
to me,
merchandise, and food,
gonna do
and get
that too.
free coffee or tea every single week. And it just kind of shows that when you give people free stuff and you're giving them free
Zohran
therapy
Mamdani
and all these things,
talking.
all they are going to do is simply demand more. And they are not going to be grateful for things that they did not work for. And
Okay, I don't
again,
think he
sounds
pushed
like
me
a
on
really
purpose,
great
but it
company to
looked
work
like
for,
it from my
but
side.
they don't
But
care
in the
about the
replay, it
company.
didn't
If
look
an
like it.
employee begins to increase the company's profits, then they're going to be worth more valuable to the
Okay.
company, and they're going to be paid more. But what Starbucks employees are doing is the opposite of that. They're telling people not to buy from Starbucks. How do they expect to get paid when they are encouraging the company to decline. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but near me, there have been Starbucks locations that are shutting down. I saw a Starbucks employee crying because she was so sad because she had worked there for a long time and she had so many regulars that she was saying goodbye to. So is that what they want? Do they want Starbucks to just shut down? Because there are some very strong competitors, and even it seems like banks are becoming involved in the cafe industry. So people like Zohran really don't care about our nation at all and don't think about the cause and effects of these protests. So weird. So we're going to see a speech from Zohran, but this is what he posted on X. He actually reshared this a post from Starbucks Workers United. He says, Starbucks workers across the country are on an unfair labor practice strike, fighting for a fair contract. While workers are on strike, I won't be buying any Starbucks, and I'm asking you to join us. So Zohran is also asking people to get rid of the company that is paying for these people's insurance, their paid leave, their therapy, all of these things that they're getting. And he says, together we can send a powerful message. What is the powerful message? Just communism. They're upset. Starbucks is already giving 25% of their revenue to employees alone. And I don't believe that that includes all of the extra stuff or all of the extra food that they're getting. Can you imagine being able to get 30% off all of those panini sandwiches and nice stuff and getting free coffees? Free coffee every single week, which is one of the products that has increased the most year over year in prices is coffee. So literally not a single reason to complain. It is so unfortunate how ungrateful Zohran is encouraging the country to be. Imagine if he encourages all New Yorkers to go on strike. I mean, one of these protest videos, just the video itself, lasts 49 minutes long.
3 years? Wow, that's a lot.
During this time, they could be making
I don't
profit,
even
but
remember I
instead,
played
how many
Rocket League that one.
520
I did,
Starbucks
but like I
locations
don't
in the
remember
US have shut down, I
streaming it.
believe, just this year.
That's pretty
and
good,
it's
bro.
more nationwide,
If
more
you're
than
still
600.
I think that's me, though, but I could be mistaken.
We deserve more pay because
I
we're
hope
standing
it's-
around. Pay us more, or we're gonna do even less. It is literally
nice.
just the opposite. You can't get wealthy by demand. These jobs are meant for high schoolers, and in our country, it is a ladder. It's not a bed. But maybe if you want to stay on the very bottom for forever, then sure, we should try to make a minimum wage, pay for everything, housing, food, for somebody to live off of. But you would hope that people have enough motivation that they try to go from barista to a shift lead and then a manager to maybe owning a franchise one day. They're giving them college opportunities. Sorry, guys. I'm triggered. This is triggering me, okay? Let's hear. This is going to trigger me more.
Talking about a CEO of a company who made $96 million just last year. $96 million, which is 6,666 times the median Starbucks worker salary. That's the kind of disparity that we are seeing here. And what these workers are asking for is the bare minimum.
Bro, I could have
They are
scored that.
asking
He
for
just kind
a
of
salary
stood
that
there
they can
for him.
actually live off of. They're asking for hours they can
Yeah,
actually
he's a
build their
kind of.
life around.
He's
They're
a.
asking for the violations of
He is
labor
a
law to
ball
finally be
chaser.
resolved. And they deserve a city that has
Well, how
their
did
back.
I
And
get
I'm
that?
here to say
I'm
that
genuinely confused. Like, I wanted to get that, but
Was
how?
earning 6,666
I
times
almost
the
missed
amount of a
that.
barista. It makes sense because he's the CEO. These people are refusing to pour a cup of coffee and expecting more pay. Meanwhile, the CEO is overseeing everything. Obviously, he deserves more pay. But these people expect, 25% of the company's revenue going to employees. How high do they want that to possibly be? The company just simply would not exist unless it was state-owned, I guess. Like, that's probably what Zohran wants to do. I would never go to Starbucks. And honestly, probably the coffee is going to be a big deal for New York. As New York enters into its communist era, once people's coffee gets taken away from them because people like Zohran, communists, have no idea how things get where they are, it's because of capitalism, free markets, movers, you know, people who
I
actually
think it
do
was
stuff.
kind of
When
his
that gets
fault,
taken
but
away from New Yorkers and their coffee is gone,
I
they're
could
going
have
to be
followed
pissed.
the ball.
They'll be
and
so
pulled
pissed.
it,
So
but
this is a
whatever.
mayor-elect of Seattle.
You can
Let's hear
win
what
this.
she has to say about this, about mean Starbucks.
That is why I am proud to join them on their picket line and proud to say loud and clear, I am
What
not
is he
buying
doing?
Starbucks and you should not
Okay,
either.
he's pretty cool.
And I would like to close with a message to Starbucks. This is your hometown and mine. Seattle's making some changes right now. And I urge you to do the right thing. Because in Seattle, when workers' rights are under attack, what do we do? When workers' rights are under attack, what do we do?
Bro, why are you following?
What do we do?
They
This
really
dude's
always
following the
manage
ball.
to use all of the same chants in all of the protests. It's bizarre, okay? It is truly,
I wouldn't
truly a
be
disgrace.
surprised if this
And
guy
if
goes for
Starbucks
kickoff
employees
once,
want
you
to
know,
get paid
his turn
more,
to kick
they
off.
should be helping the company make more profits, so that way they have more money to pay them. But if they're refusing to work, then how do they expect to get paid
Yeah,
more?
like,
Where
why
would the
go
money
for the
possibly
ball?
come from? Right? It
Actually,
just doesn't
maybe
make
it
any
should
sense.
go for
And you
the
guys
ball.
are going to see here in a minute
Oh,
how
that was
these
also a
employees
time where it was
potentially could be
controversial.
completely replaced.
Yeah.
What do we want? When do we want it? Now. What do we want? When do we want it? Now. What do we want? When do we want?
We need to be paid more. It's
3 1.
ridiculous, like what we have to go through.
What are you
as
doing,
workers.
bro?
We're telling Starbucks that they need to invest in us and they need to come back to the
This
bargaining
dude's
table.
terrible.
So
I'm
we
sorry.
can get a contract.
Wait, I
and
want
we
to see
can
what
be back
how
at work.
long ago it was. Oh, that's a long time ago. Sorry. Couldn't see
Starbucks
it
already
on
invests
time.
a lot of money into them, and I wouldn't consider it an investment is something that should yield returns eventually. But these people are not. They're actually. I mean, I wouldn't want to walk into a Starbucks if I saw that. It would just be awkward. I mean, maybe I could and just serve myself some coffee. Might as well. I think a lot of people would prefer to do that instead of having to tip a Starbucks person. Where's the meme? Here it is. When the Starbucks barista flips the iPad for a tip. I mean, oh, I was at DIA and
Flips
there
the
was this big machine in the middle of one of the aisles and it had a bunch of cool robotic arms and I wanted to order a coffee from it so bad, but this guy had it open in the back and was connecting different tubes and I kind of waited for like 30 minutes, like going back and forth from my flight gate, but he was never done working on it. But so I just went to another coffee machine and it was like $5 too. And I was kind of surprised by the price because it was just one of the ones where the cup drops down, but it was at the airport. And then when it filled up my cup, I looked inside of it and it only had just 1/3 of the cup was filled with coffee. And I was like, this is empty. But I'm just saying coffee machines are becoming incredibly advanced as well. I wouldn't be surprised if even more people are getting cool coffee machines inside of their houses. And we'll get to this guy who believes that he believes that owners he's upset that owners get paid more than
Basically,
workers,
he
is what the
did
post says.
everything.
But I just want you guys to see your future
He did
barista.
basically everything.
Hey, if they add a smile on these robots, they're already going to be doing better than the baristas. That's crazy. It's kind of surreal seeing all of
It's
those
so
robots.
real.
Just hundreds and hundreds of them. Would you guys want a robot in your house that could help you clean up?
What
I
is
think
he
that it
doing?
would be pretty cool because in third world countries, people are able to afford those services. And maybe that's the reason why restaurants in New York are having people go on Zoom calls to take orders.
What do I do to order food? Yes, we have a menu in front of you.
Okay, over there? Yeah. Yeah. And where are you located right now? Can I ask you? I think that you're in the Philippines? What do you recommend? We have M4, the M4. The M4? The Italian on regular and race for the regular. Okay. Do people usually tip you?
A tip?
Sometimes. Sometimes? People tip. Yeah? Oh, not every time? It depends on the customer.
I mean, that is just incredibly awkward. And it just shows that one of the biggest opportunities right now in business or entrepreneurship, I think, is you could have a unique selling proposition just by having the slightest amount of customer service and getting people to talk to a real human. Obviously, AI is going to be incredibly beneficial because it opens up a world of possibilities. Now you can operate a business with one employee instead of 100 employees or something like that. But I don't know about this. This makes me a little bit uncomfortable because she's recommending things on the menu of a restaurant that maybe she's never even been to or tried. I just think the setup is bizarre. I don't think that was necessary. Why didn't she just go to one of those pads that they have at Walmart and make the order there? Why is she just overseeing that people, is it like a security thing? I don't know, really weird, but all I know is that if Starbucks employees keep complaining or if mentalities like this become more common, then probably companies are going to turn away from hiring us. And I think they already are doing that. I mean, we've seen how detrimental the H-1B visa is to American workers as well. So I think we just have to be grateful for what we have.
Owners are so important and they deserve all the profit from what it is that they produce. Try to do it without workers. See, the thing is, workers can run businesses without owners, but owners can't run businesses without workers. There's nothing more than a moral justification for the reason why we should have owners or a sense of self-inflated importance. The second that you can't do something by yourself and you have to rely on another group of people, they now have shared ownership over that product.
I mean, ownership is good for workers to have because then they're actually going to care about their job. And Starbucks is doing that, giving them stock, and they can own it, and one day they can sell it just for cash if they don't want to own the company. It does seem like companies are becoming less reliant on people like him. So that's how it's backwards, because he's saying, oh, they need us more than we need them. But I wouldn't be so sure about that, especially with AI developing and new findings. Another reason, like I was saying, that Starbucks might not have the best environment is because of how liberal and progressive they are, which progressive is actually just a made-up term because they're regressing. They're not going anywhere. They just self-destruct. And as I was telling you guys, I went to that Capital One cafe, and on the outside, it had a sign that said that they don't discriminate, and it was telling people to call 911 if they see some type of hate speech against LGBTQ people. And I was like, wow, this stuff is just kind of everywhere. And so, again, the environments that it creates are not very good. Maybe the customer base is also difficult at Starbucks, and that might be the reason why the baristas are complaining as well, because it attracts people who have this type of mentality, maybe.
I know it's really dumb, but I just went to 2 different Starbucks.
Hi, welcome to Starbucks. What can I get started for you today?
Hi there. Do you guys have the summer berry still?
Please don't. I'm sorry, queen.
I'm just desperate to find it.
Yeah, everyone is supposed to technically be out of it by now.
And I
think my teammate wasn't that good, to be
my
honest.
emotional support drink. I got laid off a month ago.
Back to 862, I think, or 864.
So that I could keep working,
Oh, I was
which I really
863 now.
because I needed the
864.
income, but my last day's on Friday, and I'm having to go to work every day this week at a job that I'm already laid off from. I worked at this place for 5 years. It's just a small thing, but I was just gonna comfort myself tonight.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't drink.
the worst rated
I'm sober,
person,
so I
and I'm
don't-
even rated
You know,
low.
I don't go to the bar when I don't feel good. I go to Starbucks. And it just feels like we should get some warning when something's gonna be disappearing.
Whoa.
Because some of us depend on it.
Okay.
Well,
I
he
mean,
almost
as
scored on-
bizarre as this is, I actually do kind of feel for her because Starbucks it's fun to go to, but when you get too used to it and you start to go all the time, it can end up being $300 or more a month. That's like a utility bill. And so when people become too reliant on it, I mean, it is creating problems. And so I think a lot of people are looking for alternatives.
What was he
and
doing?
all in all, I think that Starbucks employees should be grateful for Starbucks.
It's
Even when I
actually
was looking at some of
crazy
their
how
benefits,
that
I
he
was like,
just was there.
this looks pretty good. To be able to get a bachelor's
He just
degree
was in
and
front
not
of the
have to
ball
pay
for no
tuition
reason.
while you're getting paid to work sounds like the opportunity of a lifetime, right? So maybe you guys will see me soon with the little Starbucks hat on. I guess they're going to be needing employees. So make sure you guys are subscribed, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Starbucks hat? You can have that? What is this guy doing? It's terrible. Absolutely nasty. Absolutely nasty. This fucking dude. Nah, bro. It's actually so motherfucking nasty, bro. This shit is crazy. Nah, bro. Yeah, okay, he is actually terrible. I don't know if he's doing it on purpose, you know. I think he's just playing for whichever side is better. I wanna forfeit. No, that wasn't even bad though. But I wanna forfeit though. I'm kinda gonna have to, according to my logic, I have to stay here. Cause I could win. Yeah, I don't know, I'm getting annoyed at Rocket League right now. Hopefully I'll still be annoyed. Win or lose this. If we win, I still wanna be annoyed because I wanna stop like this. But I might not be. Maybe I'll wanna stay. Why did they put me in at 873? It's super annoying. Because I'm 860. Or 64. What? That was a very... I don't know, he's kind of bad. Yeah, I missed. I don't miss. Oh, I didn't expect that. And it was pretty fast. It might not look like it, but it was. I mean, he has shots, I guess. That's good. Damn. It's crazy. I got it. Did I save our own goal? I don't know what happened, but I might have. Seriously, I'm gonna wanna be. I'm still gonna take the chance. Yeah. Kinda hard to stay there. What is this? This is like a... This is a... I don't know what it is. A 5-second forfeit, that's what it is. Damn, I almost scored it. And I thought there was no chance they were gonna get it. Oh, actually, I don't wanna. I'll play soon, probably. Bye, guys.